Hello everyone, welcome back again to another Blox fruit video. It's Seal here. In today's video, we're talking about the new sword changes in Blox fruits. We're going through every sword that got buffed, nerfed or adjusted in the latest balance patch, and I'll also explain what these changes actually mean for the sword. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next video. Also, don't forget to leave a like because it really helps support the channel.
You say you want beef, alright cool, enough said. But he ain't been out the house in a week cause he's scared. Pull up with banana clips, peel a nigga head. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. Got the candy.
First up, we have the Dark Blade, and this sword actually received a pretty solid buff, starting with the Z skill. The whole charge speed has been increased by 10%, the end lag has been reduced by 30%, the range has increased by 10%, and the hitbox is also 10% bigger. So basically, Dark Blade is now faster to charge, has less downtime after using the move, and is easier to land because of the bigger range and hitbox. And boys, that sounds like a pretty good PvP buff. The reduced end lag especially should make the move feel much smoother because you're not stuck waiting as long after using it. Overall, Dark Blade players definitely got a nice upgrade. Next up is Dragonheart, and unfortunately, this one got a nerf. The Z skill now has its initial hits, instinct drain reduced by 50%, so if you were using Dragonheart specifically to pressure players by draining their instinct, this is definitely going to hurt. It's not necessarily a complete destruction of the sword, but the Z skill won't be as effective at draining instinct during those initial hits. Honestly, I think Dragonheart users are going to notice this change pretty quickly in PvP. Now we have Pole V2, and this sword got some pretty big improvements. First, the Z skill hitbox has been increased by 35%. 35%. Boys, that's a pretty massive hitbox increase, meaning the Z skill should be much easier to land. And then we have the X skill. The end lag has been reduced from 0.3 seconds to only 0.15 seconds. The range has been increased by 20%, and the hitbox has also been increased by 20%. So basically, Pole V2 is getting improvements in almost every important area. More range, bigger hitbox, and less end lag. This should make Pole V2 feel much faster and more consistent, especially when you're trying to combo your opponent. Honestly, this might be one of the biggest sword buffs in this patch. Next is True Triple Katana, and this one wasn't exactly buffed or nerfed, it's more of an adjustment. The X skill, end lag, has been increased by 0.5 seconds, but its travel speed has also been increased by 25%, so there's a trade-off here. The move travels much faster, which means you can reach your target quicker, but after using it, you'll have to wait a little longer before you can act again. So whether this is a buff or nerf probably depends on how you use the sword. For aggressive players, the faster travel speed could be really useful, but the extra end lag might make the move more punishable if you miss. Next up, we have Twine Hooks. The Z skill has been changed, so the enemy's landing location is now more predictable. And honestly, this is one of those changes that might sound small on paper, but can actually make a big difference. If you can better predict where your opponent is going to land, it's going to be easier to follow up with another attack or continue your combo. So Twin Hooks players should have a much easier time setting up their next move. Definitely a nice quality of life buff. And finally, we have Yama, which received a nerf to its X skill. The X skill can no longer break instinct. Instead, it will only drain instinct while the target remains inside the hitbox. So if you were relying on Yama X to instantly break someone's instinct, that's no longer going to work. Your opponent now has more opportunity to escape the hitbox before losing all of their instinct. This definitely makes the move less powerful for starting certain PvP combos, so Yama users are going to have to be more careful with their timing. And that's all the sword changes from this balance patch. We got some pretty interesting changes this time around. Dark Blade got a strong buff, Pole V2 received some major hitbox and speed improvements, and Twin Hooks got a useful adjustment. Meanwhile, Dragonheart and Yama both received nerfs to their instinct pressure, and True Triple Katana got a trade-off between faster travel speed and increased end lag. Personally, I think Pole V2's changes are really interesting because at 35% Z, hitbox increase, and the X skill improvements could make a noticeable difference in PvP. But what do you guys think? Which sword do you think got the best buff? And which sword got hit the hardest by the nerfs? Let me know in the comments below. that's going to be everything for today's video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more blocks, fruits, updates, balance changes, showcases, guides, and PvP content. Thanks for watching, boys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.